Okay. Everything's looking good. Let's do this thing. Hey, Connor. The time has come. You know, finally. Had so many crazy technical issues this morning. I was like, I don't know if it's supposed to be on like an hour ago. And finally figured it out. One thing I did figure out in the meantime, one positive that came out of it, some that won't matter, but some that may be noticeable on stream now, is I figured out how to make my on-stream chat live rather than top chat. So that's actually a good thing that I inadvertently learned how to do. Wasn't the point, but hopefully 12:10. I've missed obviously a ton of days, but we'll recover. Important thing is to do the daily now. So let's get a prompt first and foremost so we know where to begin to think. 85 on the back cover gives us to be tempted. To be tempted. To be tempted makes me think of devilish things. Makes me think of things that may like a devil or like a witch or like a even almost like a genie or something, some sort of tempting offer. Maybe a bad deal or a wish type of thing. Monkey's paw. Which is tough because I feel like there's a temptation to almost always like to make a lot more of D&D into monkey's paw type of situations than they should be. That's probably a separate issue, but so maybe it's a monkey's paw thing. Maybe it's very specifically a monkey's paw type of situation. Maybe we can and the monkey's paw just, I guess, and maybe here we'll test my understanding of it because it's not like I was reading up on this earlier or anything. So without refreshing my knowledge of it, the idea, I forget which story, maybe it's The Monkey's Paw is what the story's called, I don't know, but the sort of the zeitgeist, what's in my head about it is that there is, sort of like a, what do you call it? Like a crazy, like disembodied monkey's paw that can be wished on. It's like a cursed magic object. The problem is that what you get as a result of wishing on it is some, there's comeuppance. It's not exactly, it's what you asked for, but with a negative twist. To be tempted. Maybe it's the type of things that would tempt a party, right? Will they take this sort of deal, but for this as a consequence, maybe? You can have XYZ, but as a consequence, ABC. Double-edged sword. And sometimes it goes even further, where it's like even the thing that you wanted is corrupted. So it depends. Maybe it depends on the specific sort of vibe, but I've heard it both ways. Yeah, sometimes where it's just, hey, you get what you get, and other times it's like, oh, you can't win, basically. Deal maker. Good part, bad part. Yeah. Yeah, maybe somebody offering. Wish is not the word. Bargain. Bargain is maybe the word. Okay. Yeah, something about maybe a merchant offering bargains or trades. Maybe that's the... Okay. Helps to have light. Okay. All right. So the merchant only has strange things for sale, more like bargains. He's offering wild things. So going deeper than a wish. Imagine, plucking things off of the shopkeep's shelf, and it's not magic items and things like that, but it's the results of a wish. So it's like, like a lovely little cottage and farmhouse would be like. It's like, wait, well, what is that? It's like it's exactly what it looks like it'll be, right? Political power, intrigue, like being mayor, let's say. Is it considered a mayorship? Something like that. one free oops card. Yeah, I definitely like the idea of some sort of, get out of jail, get out of wherever, right? Could be something attached to like construct good morning, abstract stuff like happiness and drugs. Well, fair. Something like seeing the truth, or access to the truth, or maybe a distinguishing between truth and false, like like an answer to a question, or yeah, I think one true answer. Well, I appreciate you hopping in. I should see what I can do to help with the daily tables effort. The merchant only has strange things for sale, more like bargains. He's offering the role of mayor, a get out of hell free card, one true answer. You've got a land of magic and wizards and stuff. What could someone sell that's considered weird? Well, they're ethereal concepts or ideas, right? Not a magic item, not something that's sort of imbued. Oh, that makes sense. I think I saw you guys talking about that. What about something that's like modifying, the fabric of history or time, changing the history books, ability to sort of like reach in and changing a part of the past. One little historical snip and edit. All right. See you soon. Maybe so we have power, political power. We have a freebie, sort of an escape. Counter mundane technology from the future. One true answer, one historical modification. AC. What if you could pick off a shelf? It's like a ready-made cult, ready-made followers, let's say. Fiendish advice, a fiendish source of magic. Yeah, like almost, I take that almost in the direction of like a power source. It's like here's a hag, here's a witch, as the muscle. Ready-made followers. I definitely like the idea of some sort of, or like a conduit. It's almost like a mascot. Okay, so maybe we take this literally as like a as like an upgrade. What would you pay? What if you could purchase, you know, maybe not godhood capital G, but godhood lowercase g, right? What if you could effectively sort of avatar yourself? This merchant only has strange things for sale, more like bargains. He's offering, you know, forget being mayor. Who wants to be mayor when you could become you know, angelic? Some sort of a pocket dimension, off the shelf, bespoke, handmade pocket dimension. Seems like a dangerous merchant. More and more. Oh, hey, look, the chat goes right off the top of that. I'll have to correct that. Sitting on the shelf of this particular merchant, got the role of mayor, get out of hell card, one true answer, historical modification, ready-made cult of followers, godhood, pocket dimension. What else could you even want? I almost imagine these as like, they're almost like objects, you know, like when they supposedly, like how they select or how they test the new Dalai Lama. Like there's a scene in Lost that's based on this idea, right, too, where it's like, which one of these objects belongs to you? It's like, wait, what does this pair of shears represent? It's like, oh, well, that's a modification to history, but you don't know it until you select it. To put these things in front of players to see what they would go for would be really interesting. if we consider like the different realms, right, different planes of existence, what if there was like authority in a particular plane? It's kind of a repeat of the mayor concept or broadening it out, but you know, those things happen. In exchange for, the merchant only has strange things for sale, more like bargains. He's offering wild things in exchange for a high price. I think that's what this second list is. In exchange for a high price. And especially with these types of things, what would you have to pay if there really was someone sort of magically offering these things? Everything. To pay everything for them. In exchange for I've always liked this also works really well with like kind of witchy deals, but like a third of their life or something like that, or in this case I'm going to specifically say what's the like all like in exchange for your non-waking hours, in exchange for your sleep, basically. Or maybe all your dreams. Merchants offering true answer, modification of history, ready-made cult of followers, godhood. In exchange for, hey Wood, first time catching the stream, what are we working on? Yeah, so this is called the Daily Encounter, where basically we take a prompt and each day sort of use it to build a couple of tables that kind of it's for sort of idea generation, encounters. We use it loosely, but basically if it's something that could apply or could be useful in world building or making something for D&D for the table, that's what we use. So the prompt today was to be tempted. So we took that and spun it into a merchant, sort of describing a magical merchant, a particular one who has strange things for sale, more like bargains or trades. So the first one's a D8 list. Or it ended up being a D8 list. Sometimes we don't know what it's going to be until we get started. So this particular merchant is offering, and then the list of things that are on offer are like, 1, the role of mayor, 2, a get out of hell free card, 3 is one true answer. So there are all these kind of very, mysterious concepts, really, for imagining them for sale on some sort of merchant shelf. And what we're working on now is basically the strange price tags for those. In exchange for these items, 4 is a literally modifying history in some way. In exchange for that, the charge or the cost is blank, and we're working on that second list. Oh, a sense could be a sense of what, maybe, or maybe a sense of danger, a sense of merchant exchanges items for memories, stat points, curse on ability, cost of doing a quest. Yeah, a curse. I mean, effectively, the prices, I think, are curses. It's effectively, are you choosing to take on a curse in exchange for, right? So, like, we could say, so right now I have number one is all of your non-waking hours. That would be the one cost. For number two, we could say, we could say like wisdom. Like the soul stone, cost of something close and dear to you. Yeah, something like in exchange for this, it's the cost is like a one true love. Friday made a deal with a demon for all his good memories. That's a rough one, Friday, but I like it. I mean, there could always be that sort of hanging, IOU. A big one. It'd have to be a big one. A debt for sure. This merchant only has strange things for sale. More like bargains or trades. And they're offering a ready-made cult of followers. Lower G godhood. A pocket dimension. Authority over a particular plane of existence. In exchange for all of your non-waking hours, your wisdom, one true love, a very big IOU. I feel like monster parts. It would have to be something bigger than that. I think it would have to be like, in exchange for killing a god, I think. These are some of my favorite social encounters. I had a session recently where I had PCs give up precious memory in order to learn the memories of enemies and persons of interest. This led to some very cool story moments. Yeah, Wode, I'm with you on that. I ran an encounter once with a dragon in the Feywild, and this sort of Crystal Dragon was offering magic items to the party in exchange for a secret. And so the challenge to the players, which I told them above table, was like, you have to reveal to the group something secret about your character that nobody has previously known. And if you can do that and it satisfies the dragon, then you'll get, this item or whatever. And I think those sorts of things, they seem like they could be nothing, but I think if you give the opportunity to the party, you can even just getting them thinking about that kind of stuff can be really interesting. Yeah, sense of right and wrong. I was thinking of something like, a minute of your time, or maybe a decision in the future. Like exchanging for a minute of time seems like nothing, but it's like if the person making the trade gets to choose when that minute happens, that could be pretty important. Giving up certain decisions and choices would be a big one. We've got quest, we've got giving things up. I think I like the example too of memories. Edge players do a round of truth or dare, or truth they may not realize they lost their ability to lie. On truth they may not realize. On a dare they had to make a deal that they can't remember but have to abide. Interesting. Interesting. I'm gonna say like half your strength. It can be interpreted a number of different ways. There's something about a key decision, I think. But that ties too much into like an IOU. I think that's that basic idea. Hey, what's up, Wolf? The merchant only has strange things for sale, more like bargains. He's offering, a modification to history, a get out of hell free card, a ready-made cult of followers, in exchange for all of your non-waking hours, your wisdom, one true love, killing of a god. Maybe there's something to say with like a particular skill or proficiency. Like that would be an interesting That would be an interesting cost for something great. Just be like, yeah, that's awesome. You have that. Also, in exchange for this, as a mechanically, what this trade amounts to is that you're going to fail every insight check that you ever make, forever, just forever. That's gone now. Austin, I've never found a way to do that didn't feel weird. I've thought about it before, but it's always felt a little bit like, removing a level of control that the players have that I'm like, I don't know. Let's roll a couple of these, see what we get. I see a 2 and I see a 6. We'll go in that order. This merchant only has strange things for sale, more like bargains. He's offering a get out of hell free card in exchange for memories of a loved one. Yeah, so in that sense, it's almost like you can save yourself if you're willing to forget. The ticket price is to forget someone, right? Sounds like a deal from a devil if I've ever heard of one before. A 1 and a 2. Merchant only has strange things for sale, more like bargains. It's offering the role of mayor, so this one would be a little bit scaled down compared to what some of these are. But it's like, yeah, if you want that political power, you can have it. All he's asking for in exchange is your wisdom. So now this feels more like something that is like explaining, like as the party is investigating the town's corrupt politicians and digging around in their sort of private offices and quarters, and they find out like, hey guys, there's a contract back here, and it's like, looks like it's been written in blood and fire. Yeah, this guy, our mayor, made a deal for this in exchange for basically their faculties, basically their wisdom, and I mean, it looks like they basically just have to pass whatever this devil tells them to do. This may explain a lot of our problems, actually. The puppet the whole time. Ooh, 3 and a 3. This merchant only has strange things for sale. In exchange for 1 true answer, all they need to pay is 1 true love. Okay. If you want this information so bad, you've got to give up something or someone that you love. Could be getting elected for the mentorship, like the devil needs guidance in exchange. They'll be made. Oh, that makes sense. Good morning, T. This merchant only has strange things for sale, more like bargains. For instance, he's offering lower G godhood in exchange for half of your strength. Oh, this is great. So this one is this is in exchange for, like, we can grant you godhood, but you only get half. We're gonna take the other half. Like that that idea of like, oh, we can arrange for that, but we're effectively sharing it. Like, will you take? Ooh, this would be so cool. This is like accepting power in exchange for also creating your like arch nemesis, probably, right? Like creating sort of hero and villain at the same time by each taking half of the pie. YouTube Wrapped or whatever they call it came out. You're nowhere in my top watch list. They don't count live stream hours as view time. Cool, awesome, great. Thanks for the. I'll work on that. Equal and opposite alchemy. I like that, Wolf. And the merchant has strange things for sale, more like bargains. It's offering one modification to history in exchange for a big IOU. The big IOU is the one that I feel like would be one of the hardest things to convince a group to ever take in terms of a deal, because then they know that that's just hanging over them. That could be anything at any point, basically. Cool. That was an interesting one. That was a fun one. Came to a neat place. Yeah, okay, I'll draw it. Me too. Me too. See, I haven't finished the first season yet, but I have had a number of strange experiences watching it already, where they made something so strikingly like the game that it was like, actually it was very surreal and weird. Yeah, it was there's a particular room in the museum where like a key scene happens in the game as well, and it was just like, that's kind of incredible. Yeah, it's very very faithful. I like all of the folks involved for sure. Yeah, I'll be curious to see about that. They say that, but also people criticize the second game, which I thought was great. So, who knows? We'll see. Prologue car cutscene. Yeah. One with the side characters you spent very little time with. Yeah, the Bill episode was great. Absolutely. See you, T. Good luck. Maybe. I'll do my best. Construct. Definitely. .3D printer? Nice. What kind of 3D printing will you be doing? New filament printer. Minis and lanterns, adding lights. Fidgets for the kids. Cool. Okay, so resin then. Sounds like. That's funny. Hey, Z4. Just kind of doodling up this page based on the tables we just put together a few minutes ago. Yeah, it's not bad. It'll do. What's up, Empress? How's it going? Imagine catching you here. Doing great. Honestly, it felt all over the place this morning, so it's nice to just be making something, hanging out. It has been a while. Oh, I haven't switched, so I'm just doodling up what we wrote up over here. Mostly just experimenting with the form factor a little bit. I've made a couple of videos so far that sort of uses this form factor. So it's all really a form of experimentation. I'm not sure, which has kind of been what this stream has been since the beginning. It was like, I don't know, let me try this and see where it goes. And I'm still trying to figure that out, I think. And just for fun, let's roll a couple. See if we get compared to before. 4 and 5. The merchant only had strange things for sale, like one historical modification in exchange for killing a god. So yeah, we can change history. We can make that modification if you like. You just have to kill probably the god that holds all of that, binds all of that together. Got a busy couple D&D days ahead, starting a new arc, mothership one shot, then session. Dang, that's a lot. Good for you. Being a player can be fun. Oh, the merchant only had strange things for sale like godhood with a lowercase g, exchange for one true love. I feel like that price tag would really depend for a lot of players that I've had. It would really depend on if they get to choose the love that they exchange. I mean, godhood. What players would pass that up? Six over there. Reroll 6 again. Reroll 5. Merchant only had strange things for sale, like a ready-made cult of followers, in exchange for memories of a loved one. So now we're talking about memories rather than... That one seems like a little bit more reasonable. It's like, oh yeah, you want... I got a bunch of goblins. They'll follow you. They'll be your minions. We're just going to take all of these good memories out of your mind and do something horrible with them, I guess. And nice and simple. Merchant only had strange things for sale, like the role of mayor in exchange for a big IOU. It's like the most grounded version of like, yeah, we can... It's like, is that even a magic thing, or is that just that's just political deals being made? Ooh. Merchant had strange things for sale, like one true answer to a question in exchange for all your non-waking hours. That feels like a bad deal. That'd be a damn good question. Feels like it would probably be a bad deal, though. I think we can get one more unique roll, maybe. That one, and... Nope. I think I've almost hit all of them, feels like. Maybe that one would have worked. Wow, keep rolling the same 3 numbers. That's kind of wild. My D8 is broken. Okay. Merchant only had strange things for sale, like authority over a particular plane of existence in exchange for your wisdom. It's going to be a dangerous authority. Cool. Awesome. Good stuff. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out, for checking in. We'll do another one before you know it. And Discord link and link to the zine are both in chat. If you like stuff like this, these are inspiration for what ultimately goes into the zines that I've been designing. Another one is on the way. Thanks, Empress. You too. Hope everybody's having a relaxing day, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. See ya.